Ben Affleck is returning as Batman for the Flash movie, and I couldn't be more excited. I'm going to be diving into my thoughts and reaction in this cinema chat. So it was announced today that Ben Affleck will be returning in the Batman suit for the upcoming The Flash movie. It was announced a few months ago that Michael Keaton would also be returning in the role of an older Batman in this movie, but it was just announced just leading up to the DC fandom weekend that Ben Affleck would also be returning in the role as Batman. And I'm super excited for this. Obviously, I really love Ben Affleck as Batman, and I was disappointed that we weren't going to get more of him after Justice League, and I was always hoping that something like this might happen, that he might come back for maybe like a smaller role, not like a starring role necessarily, but do something along the line, still dive into the DCEU, as it were. So I'm excited for this, and I was glad that they announced it. I thought that we weren't going to be getting any of this DC type of news until the weekend, with their whole, fandom event going on, and so I was happy to hear this news, and I'm very surprised. Again, like, Ben Affleck was, pretty adamant about not wanting to continue with this, but he was also going through a lot of personal issues at the time of Justice League coming out, and then people's response to it, and a lot of the hate that got put onto it. But I feel not a lot of that was necessarily just on him, but it is hard it's not the easiest kind of franchise to be the head of, or part of, I should say. Being part of any of the comic book universes is just a tough thing. The fans aren't the fans can be a little ruthless at times, so I could definitely see why he wasn't prepared to keep going with it. But I'm super happy to hear that he will be returning in the role. I really thought that he did just such a great job as Batman and Bruce Wayne, bringing both those sides together. Yes, he's a little bit of a different version than people maybe are used to, or is from the comics. This one actually drinks and stuff like that. But I like the portrayal of this, older kind of grizzled Batman who's been worn down by all the years in Gotham and all the years of crime fighting. And so I like that's where we meet him in Batman v Superman, at least. So I'm excited to see him return. I'm excited to see how they're going to play it in. Are they leaving a little secret thing where they have Robert Pattinson pop up in this one as well, into the Flash one? Because they've got two Batmans already. How many more are we going to throw in there? Because we got a bunch kicking around in the world. We can throw the kid in from Gotham if we want. You can do whatever. So I'm just super happy that DC is finally leaning even more into the side that they have, which is they have this history of DC shows and movies that they can draw from. And we've seen them do this and connect these before in the past with the TV shows, with the Arrowverse crossovers. But it's particularly this last crossover where they brought in people from, we brought Ezra Miller in and to the Flash, and we brought, all these other guys into the, DC Arrowverse, and connecting the Arrowverse to the whole DC universe, the EU, the other stuff, the whole DC universes, as they tried to call it one point. So that being said, I'm super excited to see. So that being said, obviously, I'm super excited to see where they go with this, what this tie is, when we'll finally get it. We've been waiting for the Flash movie for at least 5 years now. They announced it as part of the first phase. It was supposed to come out, I think, 4 different times. It's had 8 different directors and writers and ... But it is nice to see that they're actually finally making some kind of headway on the Flash movie, and it seems to be building up to being something pretty exciting, seeming at least, or interesting or intriguing. Even though we have a lot of the Flashpoint paradox stuff, they've explored it in the Flash TV show. There's the animated movie as well. So I'm still excited to see what they do differently with this, because I don't think they're going to just go standard route, especially with us hearing that they're bringing in a couple different Batmans. So I'm really, really interested to see, and this news just made me even more excited for it. But what did you guys think of the announcement that Ben Affleck will be returning as Batman in The Flash? Be sure to let me know in the comments below. Thanks again for joining me. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you don't already. Have a good one.